So who's ready to get out of the demon's mouth? I know I certainly am. So let's go ahead and make the long trek back with the knowledge that we now need to find yet another key item. But not before having to deal with yet another interlude with the blind woman. Yeah, she is triggered to attack us once we have to make our way back out, and as you can probably assume, trying to make our way up the ladders will cause her to instantly teleport to us. But more importantly, after we do take her out, we get a picture of some red candles. We actually know where those are. And in addition, for plot reasons, we actually do get a full box of matches. That is incredibly convenient. In addition to incredible convenience, I'm not going to make you watch us heading all the way back out. Still not exactly sure who that little girl is, but she would have been pointing to that altar, in case you had completely forgotten what we needed to use those matches for. Also, I guess in case you forgot what we have to do, we have to light the red candles. Now this isn't too difficult of a puzzle to figure out. Basically, whenever we light a candle, it causes the adjacent candles to go out. So in this case, if we lit the fourth candle, the two adjacent white candles would go out. So all we have to do is light the second one, then light the fifth one, and by lighting the fourth candle, we'll solve the puzzle. And for our efforts, we actually find that demon scroll, or the scroll for the demon tag, and get attacked yet again by this incredibly persistent blind ghost. Sadly, I do mess up a bit in regards to the shutter moments. I guess it just goes to show how easy it is to actually miss those. But with that scroll in hand, I think we should head back to the doll room and finally make our way after that young child ghost that took that mirror fragment from at the start of the last update. But we have to deal with the crawling girl one last time. Yet again, not really too difficult, especially considering that we have even more powerful film and an upgraded camera. Also, the fact that the hole in the center of the room is gone now allows us for a lot more mobility in what used to be a pretty small room. But after we've defeated the ghost this time around, we actually do get a little bit more of the backstory about what happened to that poor child. Much like the girl in the well, it seems that the ghost with long arms, well, got a hold of this poor girl and dragged her to her death. Kind of a sad end to that story, but well, we might as well go ahead and forge forward. About the best we can hope for this moment is just to give them some peace. But through the demon tag scroll wall, we do find ourselves in the kimono room. With a very devilish vanishing ghost. Yeah, this was the room where we had our, I think, initial and final fight with the editor, Koji. Yet again, there are a few new items. Outside of the Spirit Stone, there actually is a hidden away item in the mirror stand here. And it's another piece of writing from the lady of the house. And here she has apparently found that her daughter Makoto has found a mysterious camera. I wonder if we have any knowledge about mysterious cameras. But in this room where we found the editor's body and the tape recorder, if we search the closet yet again, we don't find another tape recorder, but instead we find some of the very powerful Type 74 film. Very useful, but still in very short supply right now. In addition, we do find yet another Spirit Stone. I do promise we will be getting those bonus functions soon enough. But we're just going to make a little side trip here down to this dead end. We did find some herbal medicine down here before, and we do find a new item. And it is more Type 37 film. See, they seem to be still handing this out like sweet, sweet candy. So I have no problems using it as much as possible. And say hello to the boy hiding. Yeah, this was the young child that took our mirror fragment. He is a very quick little rapscallion. He is very prone to teleporting around, usually behind you, and trying to get the jump on you whenever he does get the drop on you. Thankfully, in all relativity, his shutter chance is actually pretty large, as long as you keep looking around, you're usually able to quickly get that shutter chance and do a fatal frame. And after having dispatched the boy hiding, we finally do get that mirror piece back that we got at the end of the third update. It is kind of weird, though, that that boy did mention something about giving the mirror fragment to that man. Also, much like the girl in the well and the girl crawling, we do get a final ghostly image to tell us what might have happened to that young boy. Also, he did leave behind a scrap of writing, I guess, before he was pulled into the grandfather clock here. Apparently, all the children were kind of questioning where Makoto was. She didn't seem to be trying to find them during the game of Demon Tag. But there has been a slight change in this library area, in that the stairs up have now been repaired. And there's not much reason to go back here, but if we search this cabinet, we do find a hidden away piece of writing. And this is actually from the researcher slash folklorist, who we'll be learning more about later on the update. He does talk about the mysterious camera that Makoto found, and that I guess his wife Yae has been feeling a bit better after their long walks to the mountain. Seems like everything is definitely going pretty well for the family. But it seems before we head back into the study, we have to find something in the rope hallway. It's not too far of a jaunt to take. That is probably the good thing about most of these particular locked doors, in that most of the time we don't have to go too far to unlock them. But before we continue back to that second floor, since we are near the entrance and we haven't actually gone back there in quite a bit of time, it is probably worthwhile to go ahead and check back to see if anything has changed. I mean, the hole in the ground is still here, but our camera is now reacting to something. Seems like something is missing on this wall. Something I really didn't investigate when we were in here initially, but there was an angry looking mask on the wall that's now missing. And as you can probably guess, we're going to have to definitely be on the lookout for that. But if we go back down here, there is an item hidden away. And it is another vial of herbal medicine. That'd definitely be good to have that, as I get the feeling we're going to have to be dealing with stronger and stronger ghosts. Also, if we don't take the hallway back up to the second floor, we can actually notice that this door is no longer barricaded. And to reward our curiosity, we have to deal with yet another new and extremely dangerous ghost called the Woman with Long Hair. Very quick and with a lot of health. This particular ghost is one that will be randomized in the future, but, well, right now it's just a massively dangerous pain in the ass. Now, it may not seem initially that she is that dangerous, but her attacks are very erratic and her speed is very hard to deal with. I actually got extremely lucky during that fight because normally she is a lot more aggressive and teleports a lot more than she did there. But outside of just that particular fight, we did come in here to get a few items. Not very worthwhile items, mind you, but, you know, I want to be a completionist. But most importantly of all, there actually is a hidden ghost in this room. Whether or not that evil woman is actually the tormented soul that was the woman with long hair, I'm not actually certain. But I just wanted to double check really quick, and yep, we are very close to having enough points to max out our camera, at least its basic functions. But with all that optional side stuff out of the way, I think it's time to finally head back to that door we unlocked. Nice little scripted haunting there. But immediately we see that man that we saw outside on the balcony beforehand. Before we go deal with his wisp, there are a few items of interest, such as some more notes from Mafuya. Nothing really useful there, outside of telling us how to deal with the blind woman, which I guess is useful. We also find a stone mirror. So let's go ahead and find out just where that wisp went. Yeah, we finally find out that that figure we've been following is actually the folklorist researcher, Manakata. In addition, we do find something else that's setting off the viewfinder. And we get an incredibly vague cryptic clue by photographing that safe. Can only assume we are going to have to find that key to unlock the safe, but no idea right now where it could be. So in addition to that spirit stone, there is a hidden file in this room. Just kind of goes over more the fact that after Makoto found the camera and started taking pictures, things seem to go downhill a bit in regards to Makoto's mental health and Ye's physical health. But an item has respawned in the closet, yet even more Type 37 film. And the presence of the blind woman seems to allude to the fact that we are definitely on the right track. Though that doesn't seem to help me getting shudder moments, but you do get kind of rusty sometimes. But having been driven down this particular hallway, we actually hear the wind chime and visual effects of a locked door. And yet again, the location we need to head to is actually right downstairs. Yeah, and this might be kind of difficult to find if you had not happened on this crevice beforehand. But thankfully we did make sure to explore. So there is a new item in the crevice. And it is yet another stone mirror, which we can use to replace the one that we lost from fighting the blind woman before. Also, we can actually go ahead and unlock the door, heading back to the burial room, so we don't have to backtrack way too much. Also, if you may recall, there was a locked storeroom here before that we looted, and wouldn't you know it, the door has a brand new lock, which means that there has to be brand new items inside. Now this time around, we actually did already get the clue. It's 7925. Sadly though, there are just not as many items as there were the first time we headed into the storeroom. There is actually only about 2 spirit stones and a Type 14 film hidden away in the drawer here. But you can never really argue with free items. But immediately something catches Miku's attention. Seems to be a bunch of photographs.
These photos. They're exactly the same as the ones Mom took. Were they taken with this camera?
And we get the first real mention of Miku's dead mother. But that won't be the last time we'll be learning about her. We also get a little bit more about what was going through Lady Ye's mind. Seems Makoto had went missing during some playing of demon tag, much like all three of her friends. And it definitely seems like the lady had some idea that it had something to do with the camera. But as we round the corner here, we find out what the purpose, or the name of the room has to do with. This is actually called the Coto room on the map, and that's due to that large string instrument. We also find the key to the safe.
It can't be. How can a camera expose something that doesn't even exist?
We also hear the ghostly words of what I assume to be the Lady Ye. Also, thankfully, it's finally not a fight with the blind woman. Instead, this is a somewhat randomized attack from the broken neck woman. Not really anywhere near as imposing as the blind woman, but still can be a bit dangerous. Especially if you get a bit greedy like I did. Sometimes the shutter chances just really aren't worth taking.
I came to research the Himuro family's secret ritual because this blinding mask is the key to the door. The altar's got to be behind this door.
So it seems that Manakata was on the right track. He just had to find, well, not only the blinding mask, but also the mask of reflection. Maybe that's something else that we have to be looking for?
Why did you have to take your own life?
But I get the feeling that Manakata is still trying to lead us somewhere. Seems like he's leading us right out onto the balcony again. just like that, we find out that the fate of Lady Yeah actually has a very close connection to what happened to Miku's mother. And that, well, whatever ghostly images that the camera was catching for Miku's mother ended up driving her to suicide. But there was something seemingly important waiting for us down in the cherry atrium. And we can actually take use of a brand new shortcut waiting for us in this anteroom. Just gonna save really quick. But if you recall, there was that very tiny door we couldn't open before, but now for some magical reason we can actually go through it. This allows us a very convenient shortcut that we can use in the future. But it did strike me that we do now have enough points to max out max value. So now we can actually start working on those bonus functions in the upcoming videos. It's now time to fight the lady of the house, the hanged woman, who Miku, for some reason, I don't know why she would have mistaken her for her mother outside of the hung nature, is actually a very dangerous fight. Not only is Lady Yeya very quick, but she also has a very erratic attack pattern and very awkward to get shutter chance. She also, as opposed to most other ghosts, tends to hang around higher up, which might be a tad bit disconcerting, especially when she decides to teleport. She'll rise up into the air and then drop to the ground. She also has a stunning attack, like a long-range stunning attack, like the like Takamine had. But for some reason, she decided not to use it during this fight. And instead, just kept trying to use her up-close, swooping melee. But by defeating her, we do see a row of dolls.
Where did my daughter go?
But most importantly, we can now finally figure out just what she was guarding. I mean, we were already told that it was an album of pictures, but we also get her suicide note, where we find out that she actually blamed herself for Makoto's disappearance due to letting Makoto use that devilish camera. We also get a few pictures that maybe the lady or Makoto took of the girls playing demon tag. And a picture of Makoto and her mother, but most importantly of all, we find out that that young girl in white we've been seeing is actually Kirei. But I think that is a good place for us to call this a video. Hopefully you'll join me next time for the wrap-up of Night 2.